Of course, all of us, more and more every day, are becoming aware of the rising prices of food. And it happens that this afternoon we have with us...
Rudy Baker. I'm a farmer.
You are a farmer, sir.
Yes.
How long have you been farming?
Well, I don't remember nothing else, really. My pa was a farmer. And I just...
It's been a way of life for you, actually.
Yeah. Our whole family, I guess, go back maybe 3-4 generations. Farming.
What's it like being a farmer today, Rudy?
It's hard work. Man's got to get out in the field. I mean, we undergo, like the weather's bad sometimes. Fella understands. Sometimes, one time I remember we had rain. We had rain for 37 straight days. And I don't mean just rain. It was a frog strangler.
And you had to...
the fella had to try to figure, now, there's your crop gone, see? I mean, because you ain't going to make no money. You take your cattle to over here to the stockyards, every town's got a stockyard, and every state has, and we take all these trips. See, I don't live right here in town. I live 300 miles away. And
it's a long fur piece.
It's a fur piece, unless you want to address lighter than that. But I have a long ways to go with that things, and then you get them frog strangling rains, and you get snows, and you get cold out there, and you can't grow nothing.
Well, Rudy, how do you feel now about the public? The public is up in arms about the high prices of food.
Well, I'll tell you now how I feel about that. For years, ever since I can remember, my pa told me this. People look down on the farmers.
Look down?
I mean, they don't go out there themselves and put their hands in the dirt, like that. I mean, they don't know what that weather's like. I mean, when you have a carrot grow up, winter's been so cold, the carrot comes up shivering. Well, you hate to kill it.
I suppose you do become quite related to your product.
Oh, that's the truth. I'm telling you a fact. It's awful.
What kind of hours do you work, Rudy?
Well, I'd say sun up to sundown. It's like a vampire. I don't never get no rest. I mean, I go start milking the cows in the morning and get up 3:30, and I feel sorry for my wife,
How's that?
Well, I mean, she stayed up all night fixing breakfast. I'm a big eater, and that's another thing. I mean, a woman has a hard time on the farm, tough time for the women folks, They don't. I mean, she don't get to dress up like them city folks do. Wear all them fancy clothes and
I detect a bit of animosity there, Rudy. Do you feel
No, I got a sinus condition. That's what it is.
Do you feel put upon being a farmer?
Well, no, it's an honorable profession the way I see it. It's just what I'm put upon is what I feel put upon by the fact that other people don't respect me as a professional person.
Oh, really?
Well, that's right. Where'd they be without me? I mean, the food starts on the farm. If it never left the farm, well, that'll be the end of them, wouldn't it?
Well, what's the farmer going to do, Rudy? I mean, he's...
I'll tell you what he's going to do, and it's coming soon. I'll tell you right now, we're going to get us a union.
A union?
That's right.
A farmers' union?
Yes, sir. We're gonna have to have it. That's all there is to it. We're gonna have to charge certain prices for certain things. We work certain hours. We're gonna get paid by the hour. That's a fact. Farmer gonna get paid by. I'd be a wealthy man in 1 week. That's a fact. I would. And my wife, God knows what she'd have.
Well, then with the union, you could all go out on strike. What would we do?
We don't want to come to that. You understand? But if that's what it comes to, that's what it's gonna come to. That's all. We'll get out there and we'll just carry unfair to crop signs and things like that. Wherever we go, we'll stand right in front of them grocery stores and everything. Stand right there, and we'll bring our cattle there, to spell us when we're tired. They can carry the signs.
Have you thought perhaps about opening up and marketing your product differently? Maybe opening up your farm to have people come out to your farm and buy direct from you?
Well, I thought about that. I want to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm a kind of what you call a progressive farmer. And so I thought a lot of them fancy things. I thought of them years ago. I didn't give them no names, though, so I don't get no credit for nothing. But, I thought about that, people coming out there. But you know what they do. They're all messing around there, and they're kind of feeling the chickens to see if they're fat enough and everything like that. And, they get in tomatoes patches. Well, boy, there ain't nothing left of them. They're squeezing them tomatoes and everything, And the only way a farmer could do that is if he grew coconuts. Because it wouldn't matter then whether they squeeze your coconuts or not. What are you going to do to a coconut? But this ain't coconut territory.
That's what I understand.
No, sir.
How is help on the farm? Can you get help pretty well? I mean...
Well, now, that's interesting, mister. Years ago we used to get help, but people have changed a lot. And I can't afford to pay a lot of money for it. And it's like I say, it ain't easy work, And them fellers, them boys used to come out here, them college kids used to in the summer, They'd work for me. And then around tobacco time, But they ain't coming around no more because they don't want to get their hands dirty is what it is. That's what it is. Don't want to get your hands dirty.
Maybe it's that they can find more financial reward in other areas, you think?
Oh, they do. There's bank robbing and things like that.
What kind of an inventory would you say you have financially invested in?
Well, I got a couple of plows, and I got an old tractor that don't run a lot. Didn't run a lot when I got it. Darn devil, I'll get him a feller. So anyways, and I got a horse. I had a giraffe for a while.
A giraffe?
Yeah, I sure did, yeah. Well, you see, we're so far down in the lowlands, we was trying to see what the other folks was doing. And I was trying to measure when they were sending their crops in so I could beat them to market. But it never happened because that giraffe, he was close-mouthed, I'm telling you. You couldn't get nothing out of him.
Is farming really competitive like that?
Oh, let me tell you, I ain't spoke to my neighbors. Since I was born, my pa never spoke to the folks in the farm next to us, 75 miles away, but we never spoke. We passed each other a few times, but, I think something going on over that farm. They're cannibals or something over there.
How do you figure?
Oh, I don't know. Always dancing around. They got that big pot out in the front of the yard.
Got a what?
A big pot.
Pot?
Yeah. That's what I heard anyways. They got a big pot out there in the yard and, right next to the cabin there where they live.
Rudy, do you have children?
Oh, yeah. I got 3 or 4.
3 or 4 you don't know?
Well, one of them went a plowing a couple of weeks ago. We ain't seen him since. So we got a big place here. I mean,
Well, Rudy, back to the rising prices of food. What would you consider to be fair?
Well, I don't know. A farmer don't work on much of a profit, I mean, you should see the old home place. I mean, it ain't what you call fancy. We got a player piano and we lost the player. He starved to death. What happened to him?
Rudy, if you had your life to live over again, what would you do? Would you farm again?
Oh, I think I might be one of them assembly line workers and join a union, and work in a plant somewhere and get myself a retirement and everything, all them benefits folks get.
Which a farmer doesn't have.
No, I don't get nothing like that. I mean, when I retire, that'll be it. I mean, when I retire, it'll be because of malnutrition.
Rudy Baker, thank you very much for appearing with us this afternoon, and lots of luck.
Thank you. I sure do thank you. Well, I guess I better get back to the truck.